the power forward position, 6'7", number 30, Sam Hauser. At center, number 88, guard, number 11, at guard, 6'4", number 9, the other forward, at 6'6", number 7, the Boston Celtics head coach is Joe Mazzulla. Once again, the starters for the Boston Celtics.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Backcourt pair will be Curry and Podziemski. And it's Green. Then there's Moody. And it's Santos in at the 4. And for Boston, Pritchard and White are their guards. On out there with Sam Hauser. And it's Queta in at the center position. Greg, how about this matchup we have here tonight? Two teams that really like to shoot the three.
It's going to be a shootout, Kevin. Something we see more and more of in today's NBA. I think whichever team makes more threes wins this one.
Now here's Curry. The 3. Rebounded by Hauser. Brown outside. The 3 ball. Bangs home the trifecta.
A guy who shoots the 3 well and without hesitation, defense can't afford to give Brown that much room.
Curry against Pritchard for 3. That hit that one. And here's Boston. It's a 3-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Let's call it what it was. They got overwhelmed. The matchups were just not in their favor. That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. We discussed their matchup against Stephen Curry, and Coach told me we have to be active. We have to be intense. We need to deny him the ball and smother him when he does have it. We have to take away his breathing room. Well, we know what happens when you give Curry room to operate, guys. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks. So, GA, when you think about Steph Curry's legacy, he changed the way the NBA game is played.
Man, it is hard to find a player who's had the impact of a Steph Curry, making us rethink what is possible. Curry's endless range has really inspired a generation.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there's enough game left to make corrections.
Moody with it, picked up by Brown. Pass to Podziemski. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, it's forcing them to guard at all 3 levels.
Brown, no good. Warriors trail by 3. Curry attacking. Podziemski with it, wide out, and he jams it with authority.
Gives the team such a great element having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
Now, here's Moody. He had 19 points in the win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
And give him a lot of credit for his effort right there running the floor.
Hauser misses. The Warriors have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And that one, good.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Celtics making a switch here. Walsh is checked in.
27.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Three-pointer, Pritchard. Draymond Green pulls it in. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Curry gets the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Celtics trail by 5. Outside, White. The Celtics working the ball around now. Got that one up quick. Brown's got 9.
It continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
I'm told now by our producer, do we have you guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charani. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Guys, one of the more lengthy free agency sagas revolved around Jonathan Kuminga, and many thought his time was up in Golden State. He saw fewer and fewer minutes down the stretch of last season and into their playoff run. But when Kuminga tested free agency, tested potential sign and trade deals, nobody seemed to be the exact right fit. So eventually, he took the Warriors' offer. Guys, we'll see just how long this lasts, but for now, he'll continue to be in that Golden State uniform.
We'll continue to track that story. Okay, Shams, thanks for the report. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Anthony Simons.
And you can never fully predict these long-term trends, but it's apparent that the production has been on the decline here a bit. That doesn't mean it will stay that way. And look, so many ways he can impact the team as well. Not always just about the scoring.
Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
Now here's Curry, coming off a solid outing against Minnesota. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And here's Brown outside, and the rebound goes to the Warriors. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, the bench changed the game. What a shot in the arm to this offense. That second unit was incredible.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Quinton Post is checked in for Draymond Green. Buddy Hield comes in for Brandon Podziemski. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Curry. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Hield with the drive.
Because you have to respect that outside shot. The drive is often there for Hield.
Tillman. Boston again missing. Warriors leading by 6. Melton passes to Horford and finished off by Horford.
And that is first class right there. Can you believe that dunk?
I'm not sure, Greg, I can. Here's Walsh. It's good from about 19 feet.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Everybody in this league wants to run, but not everybody has the personnel to do it. This is a great start.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Horford. Hield is out there with DeAnthony Melton. Then it's Quinton Post and Richard. Pass to Melton. Lets the 3 fly. That shot off. Celtics trail by 5. Here's Walsh. He's got 5. One-on-one fast break. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Hey, Tim, what are some of the keys to sticking around for role players fighting to remain at the NBA level?
Well, if you are a role player in this league, you need to understand. You need to work at everything, but be exceptional at something. And I think that's the key. Growing up, all of these guys were stars. Now you've got to fit in and understand on a given night what your role is.
And your sensational aspect was your three-point shooting.
You've got to do it better than anybody else, Kevin. It's got to be at an elite level because there are guys out there waiting to take your job.
And you were elite. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And the Warriors with some changes. Santos is checked in. Moody's subbed in for Buddy Hield. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Curry always finds a way. This time inside.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
That's a 2 from Pritchard. And there are the Celtics with another basket. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. 3-point lead. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston. I've always admired the impact that Steph Curry, Tim, has made on this game. And not only at this level, but at every level. With that in mind, do shooters train differently in part because of him?
Yeah, I believe they do, Kevin, but you've got to beware. This is a guy that's often imitated, rarely replicated. He is so special, but I think guys need to add escape dribbles, the sidestep dribble, and certainly deep shooting off the dribble. That's where Steph Curry has impacted the modern shooter.
That's good advice. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. White, he's checked in for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown comes in for Pritchard. The Warriors also with a sub. Green, he's checked in for Al Horford. Boucher finds Brown. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum said, JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Kevin, back to you.
A dangerous duo for sure. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Here's White. And another miss by Boston.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Shoots the 3. Moody's shot is off.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Warriors leading by 4. Right side, Green. No good there. Some solid defense from Brown. Launches a 3. And Santos pulls it down. Santos has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a 3-point play. Podziemski, he's checked in for the Warriors. The Warriors shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Pass to Santos. Unloads from 13. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kate is checked in, and Sam Hauser subbed in for Chris Boucher.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And let's take a moment to show you the NBA's best rebounding teams over the last 10 games. 3rd spot, the Celtics.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Brown. To the middle. Here's Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Green's got 5.
Yeah, when Green is looking to score, this is exactly the area he's most comfortable, right at the rim.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Golden State moving the ball around. Steph perfection from the arc.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
And it's Brown missing.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
They get it again. Pass to Curry. Jacks up a three. Hits it from three-point range. Curry's got 8 here in the quarter.
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
Three-pointer, Simon. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Curry. Pass to Pajemski. His three-pointers off the mark. Celtics trail by 12. At the top of the key, Hauser. The Warriors pull it in. Santos has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Oh, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
Here's the screen. And here's Green outside. Sinks the three-pointer. 8 points for him.
3.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. Queta, the pass to Hauser. Here's White. And again, Boston with the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've had such... Thank you, Allie, for that. And, folks, we'll be back with you after this short halftime break. So don't go away.
You look at the Celtics. I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't, because I'm right.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Warriors.
When you take it.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Curry has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Sam Hauser. And it's Queta in at the 5 down low. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Brown inside the line. That doesn't go either for Brown.
They started out this half ice cold, 0 for their first 3.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
Right now is Celtics Entertainment.
Simons, he's checked in for Sam Hauser. Moody the pass to Curry. Now Moody from the arc. The rebound by Queta. Queta's got 5 rebounds tonight. The 3. And it's Simons missing.
Ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
And we see Brandon Pajemski. He's been a valuable player, Tim, since his first day in the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, he's just the type of guy every team could use. He's a winner, high IQ, a hustle player who connects the game, and he can hit shots from deep.
Inside, Pajemski, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Podziemski's got 8.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies. Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Pass to Podziemski. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Cato. Celtics passing it around. Brown outside. Jaylen Brown stretching it out.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Now he has quickly piled up the points by stringing those threes together.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
That one's in there. The Warrior lead has got back down again to single digits with those points from Brown. The Warriors have gone 4-7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Pritchard. Lays it up and banks it in. Pritchard's got his second bucket.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
And at the right time, they could have let this game get away from them, but they never stopped believing.
Green with a screen on White. Shot clock at 5. Shot by Podziemski, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
That bucket in no time at all. And now it's just a 4-point Warrior lead. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, Draymond Green's talked about his mind for the game. He said, I've never been the tallest or the fastest. We all have gifts. My IQ is a gift that was enhanced by great coaches. I was taught the game properly, so I'm very fortunate and extremely thankful for the coaches that I've had in my life. Guys, back to you.
Paying tribute. Nice job. Okay, thank you, Allie. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. The Warriors making a switch here. Richards is checked in. Warriors leading by 3 to the paint. Here's Podziemski. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around. You know, the pregame routine is something I know you embraced, and we see that with guys like Curry and Durant. We've heard a lot about what they do. What was the most important part? Good! Another from 3.
He's got this defense scrambling, and even when they got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. To the lead. This one for 3. Warriors with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. Goes up to the stripe. Shot by Podziemski, no good.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
Brown with the bucket.
So impressive with the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
And now the big question, can they sustain the momentum?
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
It's good from long range. White's got 8.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Pass to Podziemski. They set the pick beyond the arc. That doesn't go. He's 5 of 12 on the night. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Walsh. And here's Brown outside. And again for 3.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive the next one's going to go in. Here's Green. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 10 points for him.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now, here's Brown. Fires the 3. Connects again from distance.
What a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking him down from deep.
Craig, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game.
And it's a four-way tie now. Himself, Curry, Zach LaVine, and Dame Lillard.
Jalen. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Regain control. Come on now. Every pass, every possession. Play with a purpose. We talked about this, all right? Solid plays every time. Right now. Come on.
Some fire in Coach Kerr's voice right there. Greg demanding his team pick it up a notch.
How about the intensity from the coach there? Less than happy with his team's efforts right now.
Buddy Hield.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for Golden State here in the 4th. A pair of shooters at the guards, Curry and Hield. Quentin Post is out there with Horford and Richard. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And please give a big round of applause for your
Brown is checked in for Boston. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there, now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. For the three. Good! Another from 3.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
For Greg, he's now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
In all those great shooting performances from Klay Thompson, well, this night belongs right there with him.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
The Warriors trailing. On the wing, Hield. To tie it up. It's rebounded by Walsh.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Simons. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Draymond Green's checked in for Quentin Post. A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Hield. Curry's got it all tied up now for the Warriors.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Brown, no good. Warriors have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. And that's good. Stephen Curry for 3. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Pritchard. Here's Brown with the 3. And again for 3.
And that is a 3 that will put him in the record books.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
And Klay Thompson, viewed as one of the best shooters ever to play this game. Hard to believe that the mark of 14 made threes has been passed here this evening.
And here they come. With the shot, it's Brown capping off the break.
A menace in transition. I love seeing Brown attacking like that.
Outside Curry. A three-pointer, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And the Warriors making a change here.
That's just his first turnover of the game. For the most part, he's been very reliable.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. And there's the dunk.
And good things tend to happen when you run your offense through Steph.
Here's Pritchard. Brown inside, defended by Moody. And it's off. Warriors have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Brown deciding where to go with it. No good from 3. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
In this league, you run whenever you can. It's so much easier to score in transition.
The 3 goes down.
Well, controlling your heart rate in big moments like this is something that coaches talk about, and this guy can do it.
Curry outside. Look at Curry with the answer.
He's just a natural-born leader. This team counts on Curry to take over in exactly these spots.
Celtics foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Warriors have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth. 8-12. Rebounded by Brown. Boston trail. White fires. Can't connect from long distance. Golden State's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Ah, the basket is good.
A point-blank range. That is too easy.
Now Brown on deep. Jacks up a 3. From outside. Cash money. Brown with the try.
It seems like Brown always has something cooking, and he shows up big when they need him most.
Oh, that is a big-time jam.
The nerves on this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
Crane from outside.
So many big moments for Brown in his career. No sweat there.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page.
Green's showing you he's been here before, rising to the moment.
Shoots it up. Sinks the big jumper. Listen to that.
What is the decibel count in this building?
Shoots the 3. Knocks down the 3.
Yeah, their inside-outside game, very effective. That was a great pass.
Can't afford any wasted possessions.
Hits it again. Wow.
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long, long time. 6 to shoot. It's stolen. Missed on the 3. Regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll be back with you right. Welcome back, everyone, as we continue on a record-setting night.
And a three-point barrage, the likes of which we've never seen. This man is etching his name in the history books.
Pritchard and White are their guards. Sam Hauser is out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Queta in at the 5, home in the paint. Tim is one of the most accurate three-point shooters this league has ever seen. Give us your top shooters in the game today.
Yeah, it's funny because you always say, well, obviously Steph, so it's almost like any conversation puts him in a different category. I obviously agree with that. I look at a guy like Damian Lillard with that unlimited range and his ability to pull up from anywhere. Even a guy like Trae Young, I would put into that category because of the range, Kevin. It just extends defenses so far.
What a list. Outside Curry. It up from 12. Rebounded by Brown.
You're not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Let's lose a 3. That one is off. Warriors trail by 6. Here's Green. A quick pass leads him right to the rack.
How about the execution inside by Green? He's excellent at knowing when to attack down low.
here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. Curry through traffic. Count it! Oh!
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
It's off target. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 on shot attempts since the end of regulation. Yep, that goes down.
Well, he's having a big scoring night, but he's doing it extremely efficiently. This is impressive.
It's stolen by Green. Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. Another chance, and he lays that one in.
Well, Draymond is always looking for the best option out there, and that time he found it.
Good, another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout.
Stand up.
Now Curry. And here is Moody. Green.
Fearless. Draymond Green gets it done in the moment.
Moody.
The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
Jaylen Brown. Now White fires the 3. And there's the 3.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on the silver platter. Just served him up.
And here are the Warriors now. A 2-point game. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. What do you think we're going to see here?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly.
Now Curry. For 3. The 3 doesn't go. And they commit an intentional foul. Another one of those so they can get into the penalties.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Curry. First personal foul. Second team foul.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Line for 2 shots.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ball game.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
Brown with it. And so it's Boston sweeping by with the win. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, standing by with our player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Thank you very much. Jaylen, you had it going. Can you talk about the confidence you had tonight?
I'm just trying to continue to show people what I can do, continue to get better. It's a long journey. It's a process. I still got a long way to go and a lot to learn, so I'm going to just keep going up.
It's all part of the journey. Thanks, Jaylen.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jaylen Brown.